Hey, where's your whites? The prize is coming.
You won't miss me. Cuba, what's up?
Ryback, where's your whites?
Poor boy doesn't have a dress uniform.
I got the dress, I forgot the pump.
Just tell him not to worry. Everything on our end is handled. No, that's okay. We'll take care of it.
Chief Ryback, Captain?
Yeah, send him in.
Yes, sir. We'll go with the schedule.
Yes.
Get in your whites now. See if I can introduce you to the president.
I appreciate that, sir, but I got a lot to do.
I don't think that's a good idea, sir.
Well, for once, Commander Krill and I are in total agreement, sir. By the way, I do have 50 gallons of bouillabaisse that I need to prepare by tomorrow.
My birthday.
Yes, sir, I could do the cheeseburger routine.
No, it's not for me. It's the crew. They really love that stuff. So we'll do that. Mm-hmm. All right, just don't show your face until after the ceremony.
Yes, sir.
Why do you tolerate that clown? I know you think he's a good cook.
Now, let him be, XO.
Yes, sir.
Sir,
You don't have to serve me, Ensign Taylor. We're casual down here in the galley, you know?
I'd watch it right back. We still have a week together.
I guess that means I won't get to see you go through puberty. What do you want?
I have orders from the XO on the captain's birthday. We're having dinner flown in from Hawaii. This galley will be cleared by 1700, and you and your crew are to assemble at the mess deck prior to the helo's arrival.
Negative.
Excuse me?
You know something, Ensign Taylor? Captain don't like surprises, and neither do I.
Well, then I guess we'll just see what we'll see.
Excuse me. Every one of you has orders to report to the mess deck. You stand fast. Everyone else, go. Now. This does look delicious. I put up with a lot of your shit just because the captain likes your cooking. You like that?
Fucking crazy. That's striking an officer! Come on, that's not striking an officer. That's striking an officer. What the hell's going on?
I'll take that weapon. Turn around. We'll have a little tour. Step forward. Have a seat over there.
The story begins with the legendary U.S. battleship USS Missouri, BB-63, arriving at Pearl Harbor for what will be its final voyage before decommissioning. The ship is preparing for a formal ceremony to welcome President George Bush, who will pay a final tribute to the vessel's long service before it sails to San Francisco to be deactivated.
Hey, where's your whites? The prize is coming.
You won't miss me.
On board, Chef Petty Officer Casey Ryback moves through the galley with confidence, joking with the crew while preparing a special meal for the captain's upcoming birthday.
Chief Ryback, Captain?
Yeah, send him in.
The captain instructs Ryback to change into his dress uniform, mentioning that he might present Ryback to the president. However, Ryback objects, stating that he does not want to wear the formal uniform since he intends to spend all of his time working in the galley.
Got a lot to do.
I don't think that's a good idea, sir.
Well, for once, Commander Krill and I are in total agreement, sir.
Commander Krill interrupts, arguing that it is a bad idea not to wear the uniform. Ryback comments that, for once, he actually agrees with Commander Krill, explaining to the captain that he still has 50 gallons of bouillabaisse to prepare for the birthday celebration the following day.
All right, just don't show your face until after the ceremony.
The captain allows Casey to forego the uniform but instructs him to remain out of sight until the ceremony concludes.
Sir, why do you tolerate that clown?
Once Ryback departs, Krill asks the captain why he tolerates the clown of a cook, and the captain replies that he has his reasons and advises Krill to simply leave Ryback alone.
Now let him be, XO.
Yes, sir.
50 years ago today,
The news broadcasts President Bush's arrival to pay final tribute to the USS Missouri and her great history.
but now President Bush is paying final tribute to the ship and her great history. Tomorrow, the battleship embarks for San Francisco for her final voyage. Her awesome weaponry will be removed and dismantled, probably never to be fired again.
So help us God.
With the money they're spending on this photo opportunity.
Ready to get underway, sir.
Very well, Mr. Smart. Let's single up.
Aye, sir. Single up all lines.
As the ship sets sail, Commander Krill orders a Marine to remove and disband the roving patrol, despite being explicitly advised that this action will weaken the security of the nuclear weapons aboard.
This is a direct order.
Oh, the log will show that I consider this unsafe and obeyed under protest.
Fine.
Krill ain't running this ship.
Observing the command, one sailor remarks that Krill isn't running the ship because the captain must approve all helicopter landings. Another sailor counters that the captain cannot approve a surprise party for himself, pointing to a Playboy magazine and implying that the playmate is the actual surprise.
Go ahead and keep that.
In the kitchen, Marines enter and inform Ryback that they have orders for the captain's birthday party, explaining that dinner is being flown in from Hawaii and that everyone must report to the mess deck prior to the helicopter's arrival.
We're having dinner flown in from Hawaii. This galley will be cleared by 1700, and you and your crew are to assemble at the mess deck prior to the helo's arrival.
Negative.
Ryback flatly refuses to leave the galley, stating that he is the only one who cooks for the captain and suggesting that if the Marine has a problem with it, he can speak directly to the captain.
Ryback, I don't believe you get it, do you? See, this is a surprise party, and no one is going to talk to the captain about this.
When the Marine replies that he cannot speak to him because it is a surprise party, Ryback responds that neither he nor the captain likes surprises. The other cooks warn Ryback that Krill will skin him alive for defying the order, but Ryback stands firm, stating he only takes orders from the captain.
Whoa! Commander Krill, Captain.
Simultaneously in the captain's cabin, the captain summons Krill to demand an explanation as to why a helicopter is scheduled to land without his authorization. Krill explains that Admiral Bates has organized a surprise for his birthday, and since it is the Admiral's order, the captain relents and approves the landing.
Well, let's keep it simple. Off-duty personnel can attend, but watches are by the book.
Yes, sir.
As the helicopter approaches, Krill walks into the galley and orders all the cooks to report to the mess deck.
You stand fast.
He singles out Ryback, ordering him to leave first, but Ryback refuses. Krill begins insulting Ryback, making offensive comments about him and the captain.
I put up with a lot of your shit, just because the captain likes your cooking. You like that?
Hey, that's striking an officer! Oh. Come on, that's not striking an officer. That's striking an officer.
Secure him in the meat locker.
Let's go.
Commander Krill orders the guards to lock Ryback in the meat locker. Krill then warns a young Marine,
sir.
Private Nash, that Ryback is unstable and anti-American.
No one is to let him out. If he tries to escape, shoot him right here.
Yes, sir.
Instructing Nash to shoot Ryback on sight if he attempts to escape.
Another cold day in hell.
The helicopter finally lands on deck, carrying guests that include former CIA operative William Strannix, who is disguised as a rock musician, and Jordan Tate, a swimsuit model hired to entertain at the party. Commander Krill receives the guests and leads them inside the ship.
Private! Doesn't it strike you as strange that Krill put me in here instead of the brig?
Locked away in the meat locker, Ryback yells through the door and asks Private Nash if it is not strange that they put him there instead of in the brig, but Nash ignores his questions. The crew welcomes Jordan on board, and Krill tells her not to let the men bother her before leading her to a wardroom to change, giving her several motion sickness pills in the process.
To the great, big, beautiful Missouri Lounge.
The party begins on the mess deck and William Strannix starts singing. Ryback yells to the young Marine that he must take his pies out of the oven, but the Marine responds that he is under strict orders not to talk to him.
Commander Krill, Captain.
Yeah, send him in.
Meanwhile, Krill arrives at the captain's cabin and tells the captain to be seated while he waits for his birthday surprise. Strannix suddenly interrupts his performance and demands to know the highest-ranking officer present. When the operations officer, who is third in command, stands up, Strannix pulls out a gun and shoots him dead.
What the hell's going on?
The party's just beginning.
Krill confronts the captain in his cabin, killing him and effectively seizing control of the ship. Armed mercenaries reveal themselves throughout the vessel, quickly overpowering and imprisoning the unsuspecting crew.
Come on! Move it! I hear gunfire. What's going on? It's just the music.
Hearing the commotion, Ryback yells that he hears gunfire and commands the guard to call the bridge to find out what is going on, but the Marine dismisses the noise as just music. Strannix and his men rapidly secure the bridge and plotting room, completing their hijacking of the USS Missouri. They trap most of the crew in the forecastle, and to deter any resistance, Strannix kills a crew member who tries to fight back and loudly warns the prisoners that they will kill anyone who resists as well as the person standing next to them. With the bulk of the crew trapped in the forecastle and a few remaining sailors locked up in non-essential areas, Strannix orders his men to reactivate the ship's weapons systems and mockingly promotes Commander Krill to captain.
You're hereby promoted to captain. Congratulations. Ship is yours.
Thank you, Billy.
All right.
Call the bridge. Nobody's gonna yell at you.
All right, I'll check in. That's all.
Growing suspicious, the Marine guarding the meat locker realizes Ryback might be right, so he calls the bridge to investigate. The soldier reports that they heard gunshots, but Krill claims the noise was just party poppers and firecrackers. After hanging up, Strannix states that the ship cannot be fully secure if all personnel are not contained in one central location, prompting him to order Krill to inform the guard that reliefs are being sent down.
You just stand firm until you're relieved.
Yes, sir.
Over and out.
Strannix sends 2 of his mercenaries to eliminate both the Marine and the cook. The 2 mercenaries arrive at the galley, immediately disarm the Marine guard, ask where the cook is, and brutally execute the guard. They then open the refrigerator doors and start shooting inside. Ryback swiftly blindsides them from the darkness, knocks them both down, and locks them inside the meat locker. While the trapped mercenaries begin shooting through the door to escape. Ryback cuts the lights in the area to engage the 2 mercenaries as they break out.
Gates. Hey, Gates.
After a brief and lethal struggle, Ryback kills both thugs, strips them of their weapons and gear. Armed with the mercenaries' weapons, Ryback begins moving stealthily through the ship. Along the way, he discovers the captain's body and respectfully covers it with his uniform.
USS Missouri, looks like 1 helo on deck.
Outside, an F-18 fighter jet is sent to investigate the unauthorized helicopter, but Strannix's men successfully shoot it down.
Welcome to the revolution.
Oblivious to the danger in the galley, Krill gives a toast on the bridge and the hijackers celebrate their progress. Strannix then contacts Admiral Bates at the Pentagon, threatening to execute the crew and retaliate with the ship's entire nuclear arsenal if any naval vessel or aircraft approaches within a 100-mile radius.
Welcome to the revolution. There's more to follow. I'll stay in touch.
He's flipped.
During the military briefing, the command team explains to Admiral Bates that Strannix used to work for the CIA until they canceled his operation and tried to eliminate him because he was a dangerous psychopath.
You've been financing this goddamn maniac's private army?
Once we realized we had lost positive control, we tried to neutralize him. We missed.
Back in the galley, Strannix discovers his 2 dead mercenaries and becomes furious, realizing that Ryback is no ordinary cook.
This is not the work of a cook.
He's good with cooking knives.
Cooking knives!
Krill retrieves Ryback's confidential military file, which reveals that the cook is actually a highly decorated former Navy SEAL with extensive combat training and multiple commendations. While exploring the ship, Ryback finds Jordan Tate, who has just regained consciousness after falling asleep from the heavy dose of motion sickness pills. Ryback asks her how many people arrived on the helicopter. She replies that it was full but admits she does not know the exact number.
We just lost 2 more men in the engine room.
Strannix grows enraged that Krill failed to thoroughly vet the personnel files beforehand, and in a fit of anger, he reprimands Krill for his carelessness.
I know what I was told, but I didn't have access to the captain's files at that time.
Meanwhile, the remaining hijackers begin moving Tomahawk cruise missiles toward a stolen submarine alongside the ship, as Strannix plans to sell the weapons on the black market for $200 million. Jordan assists Ryback as he meticulously disassembles grenades and other ordnance to construct an improvised explosive device. Once the bombs are assembled, Ryback slips into the water and swims from the Missouri toward the submarine. While swimming, he is spotted by the mercenaries, who open heavy fire on him. Despite swimming under a hail of bullets and being struck by a moving anchor, Ryback pushes forward to reach his target, successfully plants the bombs, and detonates them to destroy the submarine. He swims back to the ship heavily wounded, but despite his injuries, Ryback continues to fight his way through the remaining terrorists. During a fierce confrontation, Jordan proves her courage by intervening and saving Ryback's life.
Everything's dead.
Realizing that his multi-million-dollar plan is collapsing, a desperate Strannix launches 2 nuclear-armed Tomahawk missiles toward Honolulu. While one of the missiles is quickly intercepted and destroyed by airborne F-18s, Ryback fights his way into the control room to stop the second missile. Ryback brutally defeats William's remaining henchmen before confronting Strannix directly. Ryback ultimately gains the upper hand and kills Strannix. He secures the launch override key, and with urgent, real-time guidance from Admiral Bates and CIA agent Tom Breaker over the communications link, Ryback inputs the override code just in time, destroying the final missile moments before it can impact the city. With the threat neutralized, the air assault against the ship is called off, and the surviving crew members are finally freed from captivity. The story ends as the USS Missouri completes its final journey into San Francisco Bay, where the assembled crew gathers to honor their fallen comrades. Injured but alive, Ryback characteristically downplays his heroic actions with quiet humor, stepping away from the spotlight to return to his modest role as the ship's cook. Subscribe for more dramas like this, and don't forget to like this video, it really helps the channel grow.